Hi everyone, a warm welcome to this webinar with Oculus and Nosto. We're really excited to have you all with us, and here's what you can expect from the session. I'll start by walking you through the three key trends we see right now in the personalization space, what's happening, why it matters, and what it means for your customer experience strategy. After that, I will hand things over to the team from Nosto, Ari and Therese, who'll give you a quick intro into their platform, how it connects with your tech stack, and share how you can enhance its impact by integrating segments from your marketing automation platform, among other things, to create smarter automated flows. So the goal here is to give you practical insights on how to use the personalization to drive smarter customer experiences and real business value. And just for practical info, if you have any questions, just write them in the Q&A and we will take them at the end. So before we dive in, just a few words about the company that I represent. I work with the marketing automation and customer loyalty at Oculus. And we're a CRM and MarTech agency focused on loyalty and personalized communication. And our mission is to help our clients unlock the full potential of their marketing technology, whether it's through strategy, technical implementation, or running and optimizing personalized customer journeys. And we work hands-on with the segmentation, automation, and data-driven communication to help brands build stronger customers and more measurable results. And with that said, let's jump into the three trends. Okay. So these are based on what we're seeing in the field, and they highlight how expectations, tech, and strategy need to align for personalization to truly deliver. The first one takes us from reactive to proactive with AI-driven hyper-personalization. So we're really moving beyond basic segmentation. It's about more individual relevance. And AI and real-time data lets us predict needs before the customer expresses them. So, for example, like product recommendation based on past behavior and purchase patterns, dynamic website content that adapts per visitor, or predictive analytics to optimize what, when, and how we communicate. And key takeaway from this is that automation is no longer just operational, it's intelligent and proactive. Yes, so the second one is about trust as a currency in a cookieless world with privacy-first personalization. So as third-party cookies disappear, first-party data becomes your most valuable asset. I mean, you already know this, but customers are more privacy aware. They expect transparency and value in return. So what we're seeing is a more clear value exchange, like for example, discounts in return for data and combining zero-party data that's shared intentionally with behavioral data for deeper personalization. And an example, like from the beauty industry, could be that if a new user is asked if they want personalized recommendations, they can answer three quick questions and get 15% discounts or something like that. So they answer. We see this around a lot, that you answer with your skin type, your interests, and your color preference, and that then are saved and used in future emails and other suggestions and communications. And a key takeaway from this is that personalization is not just about trust. Must be built on trust, transparency, and user control. And the third one is close to my heart, but it tells us that omnichannel strategies is now a customer expectation, that loyalty plays an increasingly important role in shaping the entire customer experience and extends across multiple parts of your organization. So customer experience is no longer seen as an isolated interaction, but a unified journey. So companies are now working to unify their marketing channels to eliminate silos, deliver consistent and personalized experiences in real time. And this requires collaboration between marketing, technology, customer service, among others. And customer now expect their loyalty to be recognized throughout the entire customer journey, not just at the point of purchase. So factors such as high quality customer service, consistent communication, and easy access to rewards are key elements of a positive loyalty experience. Key takeaway from this is that loyalty has evolved from a marketing tactic to a company-wide responsibility that powers long-term relationships. So, summarize 3 trends that we see. Personalization today is smarter and more predictive. It's built on trust and first-party data, and it has to span the full connected customer experience. So that brings us to Nosto, right? A platform designed to make much of this possible in practice. So I thought that with that, I will hand it over to the team from Nosto to walk you through how the platform works and how it can integrate with your marketing automation setup to take personalization even further. And with that, I will stop sharing my screen. See if you can take over, Therese.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you just confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Very good. Good morning, everyone, and thanks again for joining us today. My name is Therese, and I work as head of customer. No, that's my old role. I am head of partnerships for the Nordics here at Nosto. And I'm very excited to be here today to explore the most impactful drivers of e-commerce growth, which is personalization. But before we jump into the details, I thought I'd quickly just introduce you to Nosto and what we're all about. So Nosto is a commerce experience platform built specifically for e-commerce. And at the heart of what we do is personalization. From product recommendations and dynamic content to personalized category search pages and email experiences, Nosto enables retailers to tailor every impression to each shopper. Our platform uses real-time data and AI to understand behavior and intent, so you can deliver the right message to the right person at the right time, every time. Our mission is simple but ambitious: to create lovable commerce and make every impression relevant. That means helping brands deliver shopping experiences that feels seamless, human, and most importantly, relevant. What really sets us apart is the balance between power and usability. Nosto gives e-commerce and marketing teams the tools to move quickly, test ideas, and scale what works without relying heavily on dev or data teams. Nosto impacts the entire customer journey, from the moment someone lands on your site to the emails they receive post-purchase. By personalizing every touchpoint, product discovery, content, navigation, recommendations, and beyond, Nosto helps brands create seamless, relevant experiences that drives engagement, conversions, and loyalty at every stage. So if your goal is to boost any or all of these KPIs, you've come to the right webinar. We already work with over thousands of brands and retailers around the world across industries like fashion, beauty, home, and lifestyle, all with one shared goal: to make every customer interaction more meaningful and more profitable. Another key part of what makes Nosto so effective is how easily it connects with the rest of your tech stack. Whether you're using a CRM platform, a marketing automation tool, or a custom-built e-commerce system, Nosto is designed to easily connect. We integrate with the leading platforms and partners across the ecosystem, so you can activate your customer data and content without silos or manual work. That means your personalization efforts don't sit in a vacuum, and instead they work together with your existing tools to power smarter campaigns, better targeting, and more relevant customer journeys automatically. It's all about creating a connected experience, not just for the shopper, but for you and your team as well. And that's just a brief highlight introduction to what Nosto is. And now I will hand over to Ariana that will take you through the platform and how it looks behind the scenes.
Thank you, Therese. Hopefully I can manage to share my screen. So everyone can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, I'll just quickly present myself. I'm Marianna. I'm a senior customer success manager, and usually I do this type of things where I walk clients through the dashboard for the very first time, as well as suggest them how to use the platform in a more effective way so that they can show meaningful content, meaningful recommendations, as well as search results and anything else that they might need onto their e-commerce. So we decided just to give you like a quick overview of what the dashboard looks like, and that walk you through how many possibilities you have to segment clients or create audiences, as we might call them. So here in the dashboard, you get just a quick overview of your campaigns in Nosto. So according to which other type of agreement you have, you will be able here to see how those elements are performing based on Nosto. Here you get as well some numbers related to your e-commerce and how that e-commerce is performing. And these are numbers that we are receiving straight from your website. You also get an overview of how your customers are interacting with your brand and how they are perceiving it through the UGC monitoring tool. You also get some live feed updates of things that are happening on your website. Some customers insights, just like quick ones. Obviously, you will get more in-depth overview in the segment section, which I will present shortly. And then here you have a very quick connection to the integration area. Here you see just a few of the integrations that we offer, and we will also touch upon one specific of them. So in terms of the menu, here you have the core under experience.ai. You have the core elements or the building blocks of Nosto, which are the foundation for your experiences that you will create for your clients. Under business analytics, obviously, you have both the Nosto in-depth campaign overview, so not just this, but more in-depth analysis, as well as the site metrics. You get the audience insight builder, which is where we will go straight away. Product intelligence, where you can overview your products, and all these other items, such as UGC, global merchandising, that allows you to push products in front of customers, as well as A/B testing and what I call the real estate on your website for Nosto, the placement. So I'll just go straight to the audience and insight builder. Here you get an overview of all your segments that are created. And as in our team, we know it can be like quite a task to imagine, okay, where do I start from because of the amount of possibilities that you have with Nosto. Something that we give you straight away is a few default segments. So you can start with your live segments. These mimic your marketing funnel from the very first time visit of possible client all the way down to your loyal customers. Here you can see some overview of their behavioral data. So you can see the add to cart rate, sales, and so on and so forth. But most importantly, here you can actually access the segments and you can see more valuable informations. So obviously the same KPIs that you have seen on the overview, but you can see where those segments are in use. You can analyze then how that specific segment is split in your marketing funnel. You can see where they land the most on your website, as well as where they bounce the most. And these can actually help you identify the places on your website where you actually want to work the most. So for example, if I see that someone is actually bouncing a lot on the product page, I will wonder why, and I will start actually to optimize that page so that the clients can actually find the information that they need as soon as they get to that page, and they don't have to wonder. Now, after that, you also get the top products this specific segment is interested in, both in terms of sessions, so where they interact the most with, as well as sales. You get the top brands if your e-commerce is brand-based e-commerce, or in case you also get the top categories. As you can see here, in most of these cases, you just get the first 5. But if you're interested in actually analyzing a little bit more, you can click on View More and you will see more of that list. Moreover, you get informations connected to the time that your customers are mostly on your website, both on a weekly basis as well as on a daily basis, so by the hour. You can also double check how each device actually is performing based for that segment at least. So you can see the sessions, you can see the conversion, as well as the average order value. And then at the bottom of every segment, you get just an overview of where from this beautiful world your customers are visiting your website from. Now, these are all the informations that you obviously get, but you might be wondering at this point, yeah, but how do I create a segment? What is really a segment for Nosto? So for us, a segment is basically a group of people that shows very similar behaviors on your website. Now, that being said, if you were to ever wanting to create a segment, you have this very long list of targeting options that will allow you to group these people in segments. So as you can see here on the left, we have a very long list of actions that your customers are taking onto your website. And in this case, it's more activities such as, are they checking one page rather than the other? Have they created a cart? Have they abandoned then that cart? Have they made like specific type of search queries as well? And so on and so forth. You get also the possibility to target your customers based on their interests in terms of categories. So imagine if someone is coming to look at jeans, then you want to group them and make sure that they see anything, like any lunches that you are making about jeans, or like straight away without having to wait. You can also create segments based on discount affinity. So are they interested into prices that are discounted or not? It sounds a little bit impossible, but there are people that prefer full price. You also get something very similar, but that it's connected to actually what they have purchased. So you have the product purchase history. The difference between the two is, on one, they don't have to have made a purchase. On the other one, obviously, yes. You also get the possibility to target people based on where they are and what they are using to visit your website. So device, mind you, Nosto already gives you straight out of the box 2 segments. One is mobile segment and the other is desktop, together with the life cycles, obviously. You also get to create segments based on geolocation, and I will show you in a short while examples of how these can be applied. And something that I always find interesting and I love very much is the weather segment. So you can actually create segments based on the weather that your customers are experiencing right now, as well as the forecasted up to 5 days. No longer than that, because as every forecaster will tell you, otherwise it's not valuable. And then you also get the external signals. So where are these clients coming from? So imagine you have created a beautiful email chain where you are suggesting to your customers to come back to your website, and you actually want to show them specifically what you were talking about onto your email campaign. Then you can do that by creating a segment, making sure that you are including the UTM campaign of that email campaign, and then just display to them that specific, I don't know, recommendation with the products that you were mentioning, or any other content that you were thinking about. So these are few of the options. Obviously, you can include more than one targeting element. It doesn't have to be just one single one that you go for. They can be all together. And once you create them, you will see them sitting here on your overview. And then at that point, you can actually auction them onto your website. So here under Products Experience Cloud, there are some of the tools where you can actually use it on. So you can use it on recommendations, on even for dynamic bundles, searches, category merchandising, personalized emails and targeted emails. No, because they are outside of the website. You can use them as well onto your content and on pop-ups as well. Each one of these tools has a specific section where you can include the segment. And actually, you can include even more than one segment at a time. Now, that being said, as Teresa has mentioned as well before, having silos data really doesn't help anyone. So you can actually move these segments between the tools. So we were mentioning before some of the integrations that we have, and I will quickly just mention the one of Klaviyo, because with that one specific integration, we actually give you the possibility to move segments from Klaviyo to Nosto and from Nosto to Klaviyo. That way you can even create a more flawless type of experience for your customers, that then they could jump on your website, and now I will pass to the specific examples, and see something different based on the segments that they are in. So this client of ours, Nanso, they are Finnish. Again, as I always say, I'm not expecting you to learn Finnish by any means. So if we don't have a segment for you, this is what you will see on their website. So these are the best sellers of the e-commerce, and you can obviously navigate through them. And as you can see, mostly are dresses. Now, they have devised this type of experience for which, if instead you are interested into their classic products, so their old-timers, as they call them, then that's something that you should see straight away on your front page. So we have created a segment for these type of people that have an affinity for that specific type of product. And here you can actually see them already in use. So as you can see, fairly easy to include a recommendation that has products that those clients are interested in. And as you might be interested into the classics, you might also be interested into the trendy products. So then you have the alternative. So if someone else is on this different segment, then you will see quite a different plethora of products. That is an example of how you can use the segments onto your recommendations. And then at the very end, you do have as well the possibility of showing content. When we talk about content, we talk about any form of messaging that you might think about, any video messaging as well that you might be thinking about, and anything that you need your customer to know in a very short time frame. So one example that I always like to show is this one specifically with the free shipping. So right now for this website here, I'm part of the segment Outer Europe. Don't ask why, but apparently Sweden is Outer Europe. But obviously you can actually see here, we have a list of other few geolocated segments. So if we were to switch this one, here you can see directly that the messaging actually changes. This is because they have different agreements on the different countries that they are selling products on. So that was Canada. If you look here, Japan, they have 7 days dispatch and quite a different free shipping order limit. But this is basically how you can use the tool to make sure that people actually see what they need to see, and they have the best experience that they can have on your website. And that was actually everything from me. I'll stop sharing and blabbing as well and give it back to you.
Thank you. Thank you,
you.
Ari. Great go through. So we have a couple of short questions that we got. Okay, I'm gonna get into them. So, okay, one question is, what can we use as targeting options when using segments?
when using, usually whenever a customer starts from scratch, when they are like new on my list of accounts, for example, I always suggest them to start from category based segments. This because they already know by themselves what sells the most, so starting from the categories, that's a good idea. Obviously, it depends on the dimension of the e-commerce, but if you already know which are your personas, then create a segment that mimics your persona. So who is your audience? You will know it better than anyone. So use the targeting options for getting there to create that segment and making sure that you are catering for them minute one of using the platform. So yeah, these are the ones that I will suggest. But we always have a very short list of like 10 bullet points that we usually send out to customers that they can read through and take whatever they need to start their experience of Nosto with.
Okay, great. Next question. Is it possible as user to be part of several segments at once?
Yes, totally. And we also make sure that you have control then of what is the priority. So I think I can share again my screen so
Yeah.
you can actually see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So in the segment area, I hope I'm sharing. Yeah.
Yes.
So in the segment area of your Nosto dashboard, you have a section that is dedicated to the segment prioritization. That word is difficult for me. There's too many R's.
Really difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. And here you can actually, by just simply drag and dropping, you can change the order of the priority of your segments. So imagine I'm both in the Nike fans segment as well as the outdoor enthusiast. By following this priority list, then if there is content that is available for both segments, I will see the one for Nike and not the one for the outdoor enthusiast because it's lower in the list. The only one that you cannot really change is the everyone, and that's because it's a catch-all for anyone that it's not part of a segment already that you are creating experiences for at least.
Okay, great. A follow-up question. You showed us a lot of different options. So where would you start when creating segments?
So I can go back to the area so that we can actually look at that. Here. So as I mentioned before, creating segments based on category affinity, that would be the very first one that I will go for. Then depending as well onto your brand. So if you're selling on more than one country and you're like an international brand, also geolocation, that could be a good idea. But even if you're in the same country and you have like different regions and you want to differentiate the experience based on the region, you can actually do that as well. The geolocations can go as detailed as to the city where the person might be. Then after that, I will also just make sure that you have a segment that is related to the cart. So how many people are actually adding the cart and then subsequently abandoning it. That because it gives you or allows you to keep track of that type of element. And then obviously, since most likely you already have other tools, also it's a good idea to make sure to get those segments inside of Nosto. So either you can import them with like an API or like CSV file and then create your segment inside of Nosto with an imported list. Or if you are using Klaviyo, just set up the integration in that case. So this is where I will start. It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. So, okay, you mentioned Klaviyo. That was actually the last question was on that topic. What if you have another marketing automation platform? Will that work?
Yeah, sure. Actually, we have an area that it's dedicated. Actually, should use this one. Sorry, one second. So yeah, we have the possibility for you to actually import segments from other tools. you basically can come here. You can create an API connection between Nosto and the other tool so that you can import them. You can even import them with CSV files if it's a list that it's not going to change too much as well. And obviously, we do have some other integrations that are listed here. So, for example, we have .digital that we can pass segments to, and some other here on the list. So yeah, Nosto doesn't necessarily work on by itself. You can obviously integrate it with other tools.
Great. Thank you so much for answering all those questions. And that was the last question we had. So we will say thank you for joining to all of you that are watching. So if you want to get in contact with me or Therese, you can add us on LinkedIn if you have any questions or queries. And I hope this was interesting. I thought it was, since I'm on the loyalty part and usually work with marketing automation and what happens last. And I thought it would be really interesting to do this together with you guys. And thank you so very much for joining. And we're going to say bye-bye to all of our guests. Hope to see you again.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.